Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we talk to the storyteller, or rather the storyteller talks to us about a story of the past. A dirty roadside tavern, says the storyteller. He's telling a story. Also, he's in the voice of somebody else from the past. It smells of sour beer and burnt bread, and all I hear are these rough barbaric tongues. I question travelers incessantly for news out of Rushwood, and what I hear makes me want to grab the swill they serve here and drink myself into a stupor. Power passed into the princess's hands without any bloodshed, but the prince has retired to his estate to gather troops against his sister, I have no doubt. My betrayal didn't prevent the feud, it simply delayed it. He'll need just half a year, I fear, and no longer. I kneel and pray to all the kind gods. May they grant mercy, and may they keep safe the kingdom I couldn't. The storyteller sighs heavily and shakes his head. After a moment he continues, his voice returned to normal. As you can likely guess, the gods did not answer his prayer. Soon, Rushwood was devoured by the fires of the royal feud, and then Earthfall wiped even the Rushwood's ruins from the face of Golarion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a reason... Well, it's not a reason. It's a story in a moral that if your objective was to prevent the feud, you shouldn't have left the place. Now, should you? Because he specifically said last episode that he would rather betray... I think the point was that he would rather betray his queen. Actually, was it the queen or is it somebody from the crown? Let's go with the queen. Rather betray his queen than be a jerk, I think it was. No. Actually... I should probably see that. I don't know what he says specifically. But he didn't say that he wanted to stop the feud. So it's sort of hypocritical of him to... Well, not hypocritical, but I guess misguided of him to beat himself up for not stopping the feud, even though that was never his objective. Was it all a plot by the sisters? There is no indication of that in the guards' memories, but I consider that to be the most likely probability. They were trusted... Likely probability? I suppose it works. They were trusted as kind guardian spirits. It would not cross anyone's mind that they might entrap the king's soul into his own crown, and then defame the princess to her mother and brother. What happened to the banished guard captain? He traveled to the Thessalonian Empire. He served as a guard and gave lessons in swordplay. But that's where his trail goes cold. I think he continued to question travelers for news of Rushwood to the end of his days, trying to decide if what he did was right, or that night was right. Maybe arresting the princess would have avoided the feud after all. Who can say? I do not believe he ever found the answer to his questions. Yeah, it was the prince that asked him to arrest the princess. How would that have... avoided the feud? That was the feud in the first place. Maybe I'm mistaken. Thank you for the story. Anyway, we're good. Let's move. Because we don't have any more stories to get from him. But we do have things to do over here. Days to pass, basically. Actually, I probably should look into... Oh, I'm just waiting a report. I'm not sure where this is going. Your companion awaits in the castle. Is that a report? I would say that's a report. Your comrades and advisors are gathered around the throne in breathless silence. No, that's not what breathless means. Bated breath is what the term should be instead of breathless silence. Bated breath is a pretty weird expression. It's not very common. It's certainly not very colloquial, so you won't hear it very often, but I'm sort of proud of myself that I actually remembered how it's said. English not being my native language and all that. But breathless specifically means people are not silent. silent because they're going to be breathless, which means that they are going to be breathing. I know it's a weird word, but yeah. Anyway, how would you say that though? How would you? Can you make it like breathless? Breathless. Can you? Or unbreathing. Unbreathing is the correct term. Unbreathing. Breathing. Unbreathing is the pronunciation. Unbreathing silence. Is that how it's said? Maybe. Lindsay is the first to dare speak. I guess it's about time my book reached its culmination, or its finale. Messengers have arrived from, well, all over the kingdom, really. The bloom has started everywhere. Monsters have appeared in every forest, behind every corner, in every nook and cranny. What we went through before was like a bed of roses compared to this. If we don't do something, the kingdom will simply collapse. We learned a lot about Nyrisa while traveling through her dreams. I think she is almost done gathering grains of dust for her damn cup. Pitax has fallen. We got this mostly out of secondhand knowledge. This old cup thing and dust, and it's not new information here, but it is. She says it as if Nyrisa had told us about it. But anyway, Pitax has fallen, and your kingdom is the last thing standing in the way of her apology. No, wait. Apology. There are two words like that. Why is it capitalized, and also why is it between inverted commas? We can ignore the inverted commas because they usually don't matter in this game. But the capitalized also doesn't matter a lot of the time. But I think that might actually be the apology. And I don't actually know what apology means. I'm not even sure it is pronounced differently. But it is a thing like it's a figure of speech. And I think it might be... I would have to look it up. Anyway, she's done waiting, says Lindsay. We need to do something, and fast. I think we need to head out on our most heroic campaign yet. We talked it over, and it seems like our best chance to reach Nyrisa is through the 1,000 Voices on the western border of Pitax. It's been completely overtaken by the bloom, and it seems to be the place where the first world is currently the closest to ours. Lindsay again with her big bag of words, and as helpful as ever. I know what to do. Go kick that green witch's ass. Bam, she's gone, and we're heroes. It is time for great woe, but of great hope as well. Or it's a time of great woe and great hope. The path of the first world is open. This is your chance to reach my fallen sister and settle your dispute over the stolen lands once and for all. Everyone's so serious, says Canara. Let me put it simply. We need to do some housekeeping. Cut some lawns, burn some fallen leaves, and get rid of some vermin. Cut lawns? Before romantism? Really? I'm pretty sure you can't cut lawns before romantism. In real life, in this game, I suppose you can. Because, lawns as part of gardens, that's not... That doesn't happen until the 17th century, I think, which would be where romanticism started. No, 18th century. Harim says, the end time's near. My heart rejoices. I should doubt his interest in fighting. It's all in our hands now, says Octavia. The threat may be great, but you have been fighting Nyrisa for a long time now, Gilladel. You have the best chance of stopping her once and for all. Nyrisa, huh, says Rigongar. I've been itching to tear the petals off that flower for quite a while. Will you travel with us, Avindra? The Nereid, or however it's said, the witch. Wasn't she a No, she's a nymph. Closes her eyes and sighs softly. Yes, of course. My duty now is to fight the evil that has enslaved Nyrisa, but I will not be traveling in the typical way with you. You are aware that creatures of the first world return to life in their homeland if they die somewhere the bloom is especially strong, yes? I'll find such a place and end my life there, thus returning to the first world. I will meet you there. This way, I'll be able to bypass the portal guards, learn more about Nyrisa's plans, make preparations. Death is not a pleasant prospect, and it will take much of my strength, but it could give us a significant advantage. Take care, and wish me luck. Also, you're not gonna die? Like, it's not death? That's not the prospect. You just need to take poison or something, or, I don't know, choke yourself to death. Although that's it's pretty bad. You should the painless one that you don't really choke. The one with the bag in the head. That's the one because you don't feel any pain. You just go to sleep, and that's why it's so dangerous to put your bag around your head. I don't know why you do that, but kids do that, and don't let kids do that because they will kill each other, or I guess themselves, depending on things. What do we know about the Thousand Voices and what awaits us there? We know that it's the worst area, that's for sure. I've helped Nyrisa move between planes and portals long enough to assume there must be a door in the Thousand Voices that leads to her own Desmen in the First World, says Trishan. Many beasts serve Nyrisa, says Evindra, and you would be hard-pressed to find more dangerous ones. She has even created some semblance of one of the Tain, the eldest's chained beasts. You must prepare to meet all these monsters along your way, either in the Thousand Voices or in the First World, should we make it there. One thing is clear, says Lindsay. It won't be easy. Not for us, or for the kingdom. I hope something is left to celebrate our heroic return, says Lindsay. She's preoccupied with the food for our celebration. She's saying, I hope some things... Did I misread that? I think I misread that. I think I said someone is left to celebrate our heroic return, which would be also pretty rubbish of her, but it's Lindsay, we know her. But no, she's just... It's something rather than someone, which could be like an even more detached way of looking at the people. It's possible, because you could talk about something as in, the city is gone, something is gone, but it's all the people that are gone, obviously, as well as the houses, if the city is gone. But I think she's just like... Because it won't be easy for our kingdom, so it's sort of like, are they just going to be starving and they're going to eat all of our food? Is that the point? Maybe that is the point, I don't know. Nyrisa has tormented my kingdom and all of the stolen lands for too long. It's our turn now. Nyrisa is an interesting foe, says Jaethal. Powerful, beautiful, and unburdened by boring principles or morals. I can't wait to... You don't know what principles are, Jaethal. I can't wait to wade through her blooming meadows with a scythe. Valerie says, a ruler's duty is to end their kingdom's afflictions, and our duty is to follow you, Giladel. That is a nice way of putting that, what the ruler's, or the duty of a ruler is. I mean, it's not the only thing that a ruler has to do. Preventing affliction for showing up being among one of the other things that a ruler has to do. Amiri says, yes, that green creeps hunted us for too long. Time to trade places. Trishan says, the time has come to end the 1,000-year reign of evil over the stolen lands. Do we know that? Is she evil? I mean, we can see when we fight her eventually, or maybe when we're next to her, because I can open the bag of tricks thing and I can look at her alignment. I would say she's probably true neutral. I mean, she could... I mean, on the lawful to chaotic side of things, she could be either... Well, she could be on both sides, as well as the center. But she's definitely not evil. I would think that she's not evil. In the sense, morality in the setting. Which doesn't mean that people... I've rambled about that, and I don't want to ramble about why the whole thing, I have a problem with it. But when I ask if she is evil, I'm not saying, like, actual world word evil. I'm saying Dungeons and Dragons alignment style evil. That's what I mean. And I don't think she's evil in the Dungeons and Dragons alignment style evil. Because in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, you can be good and still be evil. If you were talking good as in the alignment, but also evil as in real world. And we have examples of that in the stories, because, the understanding of what is good and what is evil changes depending on people. So if I say something is evil, other people can say something is good, because they're evil. Does that make sense? Anyway, and I, as much as anyone, wish to help, says Trishan, and hopefully help repay my debts in the process. This guy is really attached to his debts. Lindsay says, we'll be fine. We'll return and throw a huge feast with no food, and we'll celebrate for a whole month, and then another month, and then on the next month, or rather on the following month, we'll just do something, nothing but rest. I'll finish my book, and they... Not rest... You're gonna rest and finish your book? Lindsay, you say things like as if you didn't write, which is weird, because the person who wrote this writes, and they know for a fact that it is a tough thing to do. It's really tough. I mean, I say that from not personal experience necessarily, or I mean, I do have some personal experience, but it's a tough job. But from learning and hearing writers talk about their job, yeah. Yeah, you're not going to rest if you're going to be writing. And they'll read it all across Galarian, and I don't know what then, but it'll be even better, she says. I sort of butchered her tempo there.
It was time to meet the real mistress of the Stolen Lands. The one who'd been pulling the strings to create and destroy kingdoms for ages now.
Thank you, Lindsay. I mentioned something last episode that I did not mean for it to be. I didn't mean for it to be a against all odds. So yeah, we're off basically. I said something last episode that I didn't mean to be poignant, but it was poignant. Poignant? Poignant. Harrowing. No, harrowing is a different word. What's the word? You know, relevant. I said something about Narissa being a side quest. And it comes to my mind now that, well, I didn't mean that she was really a side quest. I said that she felt like a side quest. But she's not. Really, really not. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, and let's hope that my comment is not poignant, as I keep trying to say. The Castle of Knives is little more than a crumbled ruin today. Off we go into the wilderness, and we'll not get a random encounters because I don't want to deal with that. We have plenty of fights. We're good with the fights. We don't need more than we already have. No, you're going back over here. What do we have? Oh, new events is what we have. Chaos of the First World. Nyrissa's actions led to the merging of the First World and the Stolen Lands. The very matter of Golarion bends to the rules of the First World. The people of the region will have to find a way to adapt to the new order of things or fall prey to it. And Octavia is going to make sure that they don't fall prey to it? Storyteller, maybe. We'll see. First World Assault. Nyrissa is assaulting the region with Fey forces from the First World. The people are bracing themselves for their final stand against almost certain doom. And I can send Amory there. And then over here we have Lure of the First World. Nyrissa is sending her most charismatic Fae to lure our people from the region with promises of peace and prosperity that awaits them in the First World once our kingdom falls. Bewildered, the people don't know who they should trust. And we're going to send Octavia. Okay, that was a good combination, I would say. Very important to prevent people from leaving our kingdom because they're basically hostages, as we have seen already in that that series of events that I kept complaining about. Me seeing the people leaving the country as a problem, which well, did I go? I probably went into detail why that is not a problem, or shouldn't be, or isn't as much of... Oh, no, I didn't save recently. Oh, I evaded it. I am very surprised. We're not going to ramble about things that are not in the... I'm not going to ramble about... Well, I can ramble about all the things. But let's not ramble about the things that are not in front of us, basically. But if people want to go to their Fey land, I don't see why not. Land of the Immortals, got flowers. Purple, pink, blue... flowers. I mean, not that we don't have purple and blue and pink flowers in real life, but it's just, you know. Anyway, we're here. This is a big area. We have, I'm not sure. Oh, no. I need to sleep. I need to sleep, and hopefully I can do that. I meant to sleep outside. Okay. So. You are really bad at cooking. How about DC 35? No, man. Didn't we have a thing? Because the hearty meal is at DC 20. Oh, yeah. We definitely have other things that are easier. Jeweled rice. That sounds lovely. Oh, they didn't bake her. Ooh, and we even cooked the jewel rice. Nice. Okay. And we have the, what the heck is that? It's a bunny. It's a big bunny. Okay. Save the game once more. Save the game many times. Because I don't know what's about to happen. And I am also always very concerned. I hear things to the right. I'm sure you can hear it as well. It's very faint. It's very, very faint. The problem is to the right doesn't mean much. Could be north. Could be south. It's not here? It's not down there. You'd think that it would be down there. Because, I mean, it's a freaking meteor crater. But it isn't. Got a castle over here. Was there an entrance or something? No. Oh, Valerie's at the front. Nope, it's Gilladel. Oh, yeah. Heard it again. Oh, we keep hearing even up here. So it's a pseudo-diegetic sound. Which honestly shouldn't exist in a game like this, but it is. Am I in the right place? I mean, I must be. Right. How do I get there? Save the game. We actually managed to open that. Good. This is not where those sounds come from, though. That was bad news. The darkness visible behind the slits in the creature's helm is pitch black, but you still feel its gaze upon you, unwavering and probing. Ah, the little queen from the sand castle. How fares your kingdom? Is there anything left for me? Who are you? You may call me the Horned Hunter. At any ruler's court, there is a place for the likes of me. You do love hunting, don't you? But I suppose here in the mortal world, you hunt elk or bears as game. I hound more impressive beasts for my lady. Ancient monsters, aliens from the outer realms, and self-proclaimed queens who would think to challenge us. Who's your lady? What, you came all this way without knowing whom you would be facing? The self-confidence of mortals always amazes me. It's as though you think you, not I, shall revive in the first world, should trouble arise. I serve my lady Nyrissa, the lady of the thousand breaths, and you are on the threshold of her demesne. Well, I need to go through that portal. But I don't desire to kill you. Perhaps we can come to an agreement? An agreement with me? The Horned Hunter shrugs. I wasn't going to fight you anyway. After all, I'm not the guard of this portal. As for the actual guard, well, I don't think it will be interested in making any arrangements with you. You hear it before you see it. A horse. Oh, not a horse. It's a horse and, what? It's a rumble that can be heard all around you, because, of course, the sound itself moves as though it's alive, washing over you and rolling back, boring into your ears and echoing into the depths of your consciousness. And then... it's only two. Okay, well, that's not too bad. The ambush is bad, but, keeping an eye... Okay, we lost two people. We didn't lose two people. Harim is taking damage. Okay. Harim's still here. I am not a fan of this. Okay, Octavia's back. Harim is still taking tremendous amounts of damage. Oh my god, he's just gonna die. Just takes forever to cast his freaking spells. Oh! How? Why is it healing? We're just gonna die. We're just gonna die. I mean, we're not even doing any damage. Well, the buffs don't need to be... It's not a problem. Basically. This isn't necessarily a problem. We are gonna need to be here, but the point is... Oh yeah, we can be over here. The point is I can send Valerie in. Then hopefully she tanks forever. And just attack the Wabbajack over there. And everything is fine, I think. Full strength. Full strength mass. That cannot be cast on the ground because I honestly don't understand. Okay, Jelthal is just cast. I think Giladel and Octavia and Harim. Okay. So, you get that. And you get this. And... nothing. No, you have the prayer. Right. Octavia needs to cast haste. Shield of Faith has been cast, which is pretty good. Octavia has just cast haste. Shield of Faith has been cast as well. On you. Thundershot has also been cast. I can do that. Shield of Faith. And now, Delay Poison Communal, even though we don't need it, but we can do it. Okay. Save the game. Actually, I need to save after she casts that, maybe? Nope. Maybe. I'm just gonna save again. Just in case. And then I can send you up there super fast. And then I can click on the same ones as before. And actively wasting time of our buffs here is the big problem. So we're just gonna attack you here. And hopefully... we lost Amory. Okay, that's not too bad. And we lost... Still didn't lose Amory. Of course, we lost target. This UI is buggy as crap all the time. I specifically clicked on Amory, who I had under control for sure, or Valerie rather. There it is. I specifically clicked on her because I wanted her to lose that, to go from there to here. And now we're not going to be as lucky. Unless these guys are just bad. We lost a Rim. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, but basically I need to have her selected. Oh, we lost somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, losing her Rim is a problem. For all I know... Oh, no, Rim is back. Okay. Let's see what I can do here with your maximum level abilities. Yeah. Oh, does that heal them? I'm sure it doesn't. All creatures. Oh. It says all creatures on the... That doesn't heal them. Am I wrong on that? How are you taking damage? Oh, right, because we were killing each other. Sure, sure. Octavia just died. Oh, he does heal them. How have I not noticed this? Oh, well. It doesn't matter. We've lost our spellcaster. And our damage dealer is gone. Well, the reason why I haven't noticed this is mostly to do with the fact that the heals that we do are so little in comparison to the damage that we must do that it barely matters. But we also are doing very little damage here. He has to move. Come on. Okay. You're gonna do another one. He's still alive. I'm not sure how. I think the AI is gonna... I don't know what this dragon is attacking. Okay, good enough. I mean, not really. Very little damage. But I think we beat it. Just absolutely dump all the stats. Okay. Good. And we're taking damage over time as... Yeah. Defeat the guard of the portal. Not the guardian of the portal. The guard of the portal. Sure enough. It's really heavy scales, but also really expensive scales. Okay. Now. Reset the sleeping. Can do the same.
I often catch you looking at me sideways, with fear in your eyes. You do not want me as a companion?
No, Harem. How can you say that? Your faith frightens me, that's true. But I still like you personally. You're not arrogant, unlike many other clerics. And you have a peculiar view of the world. Traveling with you is always interesting.
Everybody's on drugs! Everyone is on drugs. Like the bad one. The bad drugs that make you bad. What is Octavia on about? Like, what? My God. My God. Everything she said is wrong. It's just, whatever. It's fine. We can leave. We're good. The portal before us gleamed mysteriously. It didn't look at all like the one we saw in the womb of Lamashtu, but there was no doubt this was the way to the first world. We barely... They're using dashes where you don't even want a punctuation. It's like... I am not even... Like, this game in the dashes is unbelievable. We barely made it out with our skin the previous time, and not without the help of a mysterious old gnome. What would await us this time? Would we ever see the light of our own world again? Would we ever return to our cozy homes and the happy smiles of our friends? Or would we find ourselves brought to ruins, reduced to bones? Without wasting any time on dark thoughts such as these, even though you just wasted my time. This is nothing. Lindsay, this is nothing. The queen turned and looked back one last time, almost as if saying farewell to her domain, and then rushed forward without fear. We had barely crossed the threshold before an invisible magic took our senses of direction from us. Up and down, forward and back, these lost meaning as the portal we stepped through became a hole we were falling into. Each of us reached for the one they most feared to lose, or the one they most wanted to hold on to, except Harim, because he was awful. He just folded his hands over his chest, calmly plummeting along with an air of mindful detachment, ! Empty. It's in parentheses in the whole paragraph. And for the second time, a paragraph starts with ellipses. which is not incorrect, but it's just really awkward. But no matter how tightly we clung, the mysterious force tore us from each other, hiding us among clouds of magical fog that swirled around us as it carried us along, all the while leaving us utterly alone until a light finally glimmered ahead. And it ends with ellipses, which does make it incorrect. I was also going to say that this is incorrect, because if you remove the ellipses, it doesn't change the meaning. So those ellipses are meaningless. That's literally what it is. Those are meaningless ellipses. It, like, what? I understand that it's well, ellipses, informally speaking, have meaning beyond their grammatical definition. Like, for example, in my text messages and emails and whatnot, and the internet speak basically changed how ellipses work in that context. Certainly not this context, but the thing is that writers and people of this day and age tend to find themselves very drawn to these funny punctuation marks. But the thing is, I know for a fact that some writers just love using ellipses because it's just, they just love using ellipses. And I'm good with using ellipses. I'm fine with it. But they have to mean something. Like, if you have a writing style that uses a lot of ellipses, that's fine. I mean, I'm not infatuated with it. I don't like it particularly much, but it's fine, whatever. But they have to mean something. Otherwise, what are you doing? Like, oh my god. Welcome to the Let's Play of me rambling. No, honestly, I realize things. Our lands were visited. Yes, they were. Actually, that was a quest complete. Or was it? Maybe a quest failed. The party is overloaded and cannot travel. Yeah. I think we failed all the other quests. I think that's what... Yeah. That's a quest failure. I'm fine with that, because I couldn't figure it out. Any of those. But, yeah. We leveled up. So let's look at that. We're going to go up on Ranger. Yes. And none over there, which is a bit of a shame. All the skill... No, we have an extra skill over there in Lower Nature. Good enough. And Allied Spellcaster Alertness. Nah, I don't need that. Blinding Critical. Whenever you score a critical hit, your opponent is permanently blinded. My god. Holy crap. Like in tabletop, this doesn't matter. Because you never score criticals. Like, this is such a funny... I would love to hear from anybody that has played this module in tabletop, because this game is an adaptation from an actual module. But I would love to hear from them, because in tabletop you will go your entire campaign without scoring a critical hit. You will roll many d20s. Actually, I'm wrong on that. That's wrong. This game doesn't have a d20 critical. This game has specifically critical ranges. So it is a little bit more useful in tabletop. But it's still, like, pretty useless. Because the thing is, you don't fight nearly as many monsters as we're fighting here. Do you see how long this game is taking us? In tabletop, this would take you your whole life. If you wanted it. This would literally take you your entire life. And that sense of Nyrissa being a side quest, you wouldn't even know who Nyrissa was in your entire life playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. So what you do is you fight 3 goblins and 5 trolls, and you're off to the races for like 3 hours of gameplay, and you're good. Because you need to add other things, and you need to choose the options, and you have character development and all the stuff that tabletop does. The thing is, this is a really powerful ability, precisely because we deal a lot of criticals. Although it might, because it is not like Dungeons and Dragons 5, that might. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Really, I just want to see what our critical range is. Can I tell? Not from here. Sure enough. I don't think I can. Okay, that's a level up. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with our low speed, but we're going to figure it out. Oh, actually, I can tell by looking at it here. Critical hit. So it is like D&D 5 here anyway, but I think there's some abilities, there's some weapons that have increased critical chance, and also there's some abilities that increase your critical chance. So that's probably what the thing procs off of. So in we go in the next episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye bye.